Hello, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is August 12th, 2021. So, today the Yankees played the Chicago White Sox in what they're calling the Field of Dreams game. If you're not familiar with the film Field of Dreams, very classic baseball film featuring Kevin Costner. And today, the Yankees and the White Sox, they played the first game ever on the baseball field that was portrayed in the film. Notice this headline here. It says that Field of Dreams finally gets its game in Iowa. And the film it's a very classic film. I think if you guys are into baseball, you definitely should have seen it already, or at least watch it in the future. But the film takes place in Iowa. And it's basically about a man in a cornfield who starts hearing voices. And the voices is telling him, if you build it, they will come. And then he figures out what that meant because, the voices are not very specific on what they're trying to communicate to him. So he figured out that he needed to build a baseball field in his cornfield. And once he does that, these legendary baseball players come back and play baseball in his field, but all these baseball players that come back are, I guess you can say ghosts. And the movie takes place. It's basically it's about the Chicago Black Sox from 1919. If you guys are not familiar with the Black Sox scandal, this was a big scandal in baseball where 8 players from the Chicago White Sox, they were accused of throwing the 1919 World Series against the Cincinnati Reds. And all 8 of them were banished from baseball. They were all permanently banned. And these 8 players here, these are the characters that come back in the film, but in a ghost kind of form. So that's pretty much what the film is about. But I want to talk about how today's game was a tribute to not only the film, but also to these players that were banned back in 1919 by the MLB and the commissioner, Mr. Kennesaw Mountain Landis. So I'm going to read a couple of things for you guys, and then we'll get into the decode and show you guys how all this stuff is all a numerical ritual. That's what all this stuff is. Today's game was another numerical ritual because every baseball game is rigged. It's still rigged today. These type of stories, the reason they do these type of stories is to make baseball seem legitimate. But baseball has always been rigged. It has always been a scandal. So, but they need these type of things to make baseball look like, they are against corruption. But no professional sports is against corruption. So this is what CNN wrote here. It says that it's the place where dreams will come true for baseball fans as the Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees emerge from the cornfields to play the first official Major League Baseball game in the state on a specially built field next to the original Field of Dreams movie site in Dyersville. The game is scheduled for Thursday night and is set to be televised nationally on Fox at 8 p.m. Eastern. Based on W.P. Kinsella's novel, Shoeless Joe, that's one of the players that were accused of throwing the game back in 1919. His name was Shoeless Joe Jackson. He's also one of the main characters in the film as well. He's one of the ghosts that comes back to play baseball in the field. The 1989 film Field of Dreams, starring Kevin Costner, is considered by many to be one of the finest sports movies of all time for how it captures the timeless nature and universal appeal of baseball. Members of the cast of the Best Picture Oscar-nominated film are expected to be in attendance at this week's game. So, supposedly Kevin Costner was at the game and a couple of other actors from the film. So let me just explain to you guys more in depth about the Black Sox scandal. So it says here that The Black Sox scandal was a Major League Baseball game-fixing scandal in which 8 members of the Chicago White Sox were accused of throwing the 1919 World Series against the Cincinnati Reds in exchange for money from a gambling syndicate led by Arnold Rothstein. Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis was appointed as a response to the incident to be the first commissioner of baseball and given absolute control over the sport to restore its integrity. Again, baseball has never been legitimate, ever. You cannot restore something that has never been. It's never been legitimate. So this stuff, I'm telling you, this stuff is just mockery, really. Despite acquittals in a public trial in 1921, Judge Landis permanently banned all 8 men from professional baseball. The punishment was eventually defined by the Baseball Hall of Fame to include banishment from consideration to the Hall of Fame. Despite requests for reinstatement in the decades that followed, particularly in the case of shoeless Joe Jackson, the ban remained. So, these are the 8 players that come back in the film, and they were now, they went from being known as the Chicago White Sox to being known as the Chicago Black Sox. Because whenever there's a scandal, you have to change the color from white to black, So let's look at today's ritual. So the film, it came out on April 21st, 1989, a date with 133 numerology. The baseball season this year, it started on April 1st, so that was 133 days ago. So how perfect, for this game to be played 133 days after the start of the MLB season. And, of course, the film came out on the day with 133 numerology. And the movie and the scandal was mainly based on the player shoeless Joe Jackson. Notice he was born in 1888. He would have been 133 years old if he was still alive. So another 133, right? So the season starts 133 days ago. The film comes out on a day with 133 numerology. And then the game is played 27 days after shoeless Joe Jackson's 133rd birthday. One of the reasons today, the Milwaukee Brewers, they became 13-3. Let's see. I forgot who they was playing, but let me see. They became 13-3 versus the Chicago Cubs today. 133 days into the baseball season. Yeah. So, and today is 27 days after his 133rd birthday. Baseball's 27. MLB is 27. Think about how the Yankees have 27 championships. I'm telling you, this stuff is just all numerical ritual. Today, August 12th, is a day with 61 numerology. The guy's name, Shoeless Joe Jackson, equates to 61. So clearly they was paying tribute to Shoeless Joe Jackson, who was supposed to be through the game back in 1919. And I'm wondering if this is connected to the upcoming World Series, which I'll talk about in a second. But Chicago White Sox are doing pretty good. But again, they became known as the Chicago Black Sox. And notice another 133. Chicago Black Sox, 133 in gematria, using the alphabetic order. After the scandal, they changed their name, even though they was banned. But those 8 players are forever known as the Chicago Black Sox. Because whenever there's a scandal, you have to change the color from white to black for some reason. I don't understand it. But, yeah, so today, August 12th, leaves 141 days in a year. Baseball's 141. And, of course, Black Sox scandal is 141. So, clearly, they was paying tribute to the Black Sox scandal from 1919 in today's baseball game. And it was also paying tribute to the film that featured these Hall of Fame legends in the movie. Notice Field of Dreams is 63-72. I don't know if you guys saw the game. They did a big 63 ritual with Aaron Judge. It was the 63rd pitch by Lance Lynn, the Chicago White Sox pitcher. Aaron Judge hits a home run to right field on the 63rd pitch. Hits a 3-run home run. Look, right here. It says 63rd pitch. Aaron Judge is stepping on home plate after he hits the 3-run home run on the 63rd pitch. When in gematria, Field of Dreams is 63. Of course, if you build it, it's also 63 and 72, just like the name of the film. That's what the voices. That's what Kevin Costner was hearing coming from the cornfield in the film. The voices kept telling him, if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, it's 63 and 72, just like Field of Dreams. But notice, Field of Dreams is also 117, and this year's the year of the 117th World Series. So this film talks, it's based on players fixing a World Series game. We have the Chicago White Sox in the 117th World Series. So it's possible that this is a riddle for the World Series, and maybe the White Sox are going to be in there. But it's a little too early to make any predictions, but I think that's what this is telling us. So Field of Dreams is 117. This is the year of the 117th World Series. It's also 63, like Major League Baseball. Of course, Major League is also 63, and that's one of the reasons why Aaron Judge, and today was 108 days after Aaron Judge's birthday. Major League is also 108. Major League is 108 and 63. So 108 days after his birthday, on the 63rd pitch by Lynn, he hits a home run to right field. It's just ritual. All this stuff is numerical ritual. And then the White Sox. I mean, just think about how perfect this game ended. And notice the Yankees, they stayed on 63 wins for the season. But think about how perfect this game ended. The entire film, Field of Dreams, is about the Chicago White Sox. And the first game at the Field of Dreams stadium is won by the White Sox. I mean, that is just like... Notice the final score of 9-8. The person that hit the walk-off, it was Timothy Devon Anderson. His name is 98. The shortstop for the White Sox hits the walk-off home run at the end of the game. His name equals 98. He makes the game 9-8 when he hits the home run. And notice his name is also 117. He was born Timothy Devon Anderson Jr. 117 like Field of Dreams. Again, this is the year of the 117th World Series. Going back to the film was featuring Kevin Costner. He was the main character in the film. And he was born January 18th. Today was 206 days after his birthday. And his name is 206. I'm not sure why that slide is not coming up, but his name is 206 in gematria. He was born Kevin Michael Costner, 206. This stuff is all ritual. And the name Kevin Costner is also 56, like Society of Jesus, the people behind all this stuff. I know you guys are wondering who's doing all this. It's the Society of Jesus. Look. Kevin Costner in the most pure cipher. 56. Just like the Jesuits. 56. And 206 days after his birthday, he's at the Field of Dreams Stadium watching the Chicago White Sox hit a walk-off versus the New York Yankees. And no way. So Hendricks becomes 7-2. It's ritual. 7-2. He becomes 7-2 in the Field of Dreams game. It's ritual. So all this stuff is ritual. Jesuit order is also 72. The winning pitcher becomes 7-2 for the season. See that? These games are all a joke. All a joke. Today, look, let me show you. The Brewers, we gave out 3 picks on Patreon. I give out sports picks every day. Look, the Brewers today, they was playing the Cubs. Look, Brewers versus Cubs season series record 2021. They became 13-3 versus the Cubs today. 133 days after the start of the MLB season. That was also a big number in today's game with the Yankees and the White Sox. The film came out on 133 day numerology. Chicago Black Sox 133. Mr. Shoeless Joe Jackson would have been 133 years old today. If the Brewers win tomorrow, they'll be 14-3. And that's all I'll say about that. You do the rest. You do some research at home. Why does 14-3 matter? So, again, rituals after rituals after rituals. And, just know that this stuff is a mockery. The MLB or the NBA or the NFL has never been legitimate. So if they're going to ban these 8 players, like Shoeless Joe Jackson, they should also ban Aaron Judge, Mr. Tim Anderson, who hit the walk-off home run today. All these players are throwing the game. Well, I guess Tim Anderson didn't throw the game, but he is participating in the rigging. But all these players are all actors. They are professional athletic actors. And it's truly amazing how they do it. I mean, just think about, okay, so you're at the plate, and, the pitcher just threw 62 pitches. So now you have to hit this home run. I don't know if they're using technology in baseball. They probably are, because this stuff is just so remarkable. Because, okay, even if I know where the pitch is going to be, it doesn't guarantee that I'm going to hit a home run. But maybe if you're a professional baseball player, I guess they can hit a home run at will, I guess. But it's just perfect how this stuff is just so perfect every single time. Hits a home run on the 63rd pitch of the game. They might be using technology, but I can't prove any of that, so I'm not going to make any assumptions. But it's just amazing how this stuff is just so clockwork. 63, the big ritual with the Field of Dreams film. And, of course, that's a big baseball number. Crazy, crazy stuff. So I'll leave it there. Congratulations to all the people on the Patreon today. We had the White Sox. We had the Giants. Yeah, the game. Yeah, definitely a super. Major League Baseball was also 72. Yeah, it is, because there's a S and 63 plus 9, 72. Yeah. So, yeah. It's crazy. So, let's see. Yeah, there's some sources that say that the film was released on May 5th, but the film was not released on May 5th. Most news sources are saying April 21st, 1989. The day with 133 numerology. It just makes sense, because the 133 is a big number, because today is 133 days into the baseball season. Mr. Shoeless Joe Jackson would have been 133 days old, 133 years old. It makes more sense for the release date to be this date. I know some news sources, I think it's Wikipedia, yeah. Wikipedia has it as May 5th, 1989. Let me see why they have that date. 89. Think about the score today, 8-9. That's probably a ritual as well. Isn't Kevin Costner's name 89? No. I could have sworn I saw 89 earlier today when I was decoding his name. Yeah, his name is 89, man. That's why the score was 8-9, paying tribute to Kevin Michael Costner. 206 days after his birthday. Oh, okay. Yeah, I almost missed that. Gotta document this. More proof of how rigged these games are. 206 days after his birthday, the White Sox win 8-9. Sheesh. Unbelievable. Yeah, but the film was not released on May 5th. It was released on April 21st. So, the baseball commissioner should definitely put Mr. Shoeless Joe back in the Hall of Fame because he did nothing different than all these other players who are in the Hall of Fame. The rigging is real. Yeah. The rigging is definitely real. Yep. Somebody said, "Oh my God." Yep. Oh my God is right. Score of 8-9, paying tribute to Mr. Kevin Costner. I'm curious to know. Wait. It's the World Series 89 days. Wait, let me see something. 10/26. I thought it was 89 days. I was like, is the World Series starting 89 days before his birthday? It's actually 84 days before his birthday. So I thought maybe I solved the World Series riddle for a second. And then he was born the 18th day of the year. Baseball is 18. Known for this big baseball film. And I can already see it now. The person that hit the walk-off, Mr. Tim Anderson. I can already see the news story, Tim Anderson, dead at 63 or something like that. I can already see it. That's how this stuff is. So, yeah. So I'll end it there. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, everybody. Congratulations to all the Patreons. And, and you know what? The people was paying $10,000 for the tickets today. Supposedly some of the tickets were $10,000. Think about that. So I guess it's right. If you build it, they will come and spend their hard-earned money on watching this rigged baseball game. Crazy. Somebody said, what? 10/26? What is this guy talking about? 10/26. 322? What are you talking about? It's no 322. Oh, you probably mean like 2 months, 23 days. But yeah. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching.